Well into his 70s, today Peter Moses is just as passionate about his mission as he was decades ago. That mission? To educate Indigenous people about all aspects of mineral exploration and mining, and to build relationships between Aboriginal communities, industry, and government.
And he's very knowledgeable in terms of the mining industry. I believe he's essential in building relationships between our peoples and in the mining industry. Also building relationships with the government.
I would say one of his greatest achievements would be really creating an environment where you had a very positive relationship between industry and First Nations.
Peter's family has roots in mining that go back 4 generations to the 1860s. Members of his family were instrumental in the initial gold discoveries at Heron Bay in 1872 and at Hemlo in the 1940s.
Actually, 30 kilometers east is where my great-grandfather first discovered gold, which became known as, back in 1867, as the Bow Hill Mines project. And here at the back end is the discovery of my Peter Moses Sr., my grandfather, who I was named after. His discovery was about 500 meters just north of here, where the Williams mine shaft is actually located on the north side of Highway 17.
Peter was the first in his family to obtain a post-secondary education. His first career was as an instrument mechanic at the pulp mill in Marathon, Ontario. He was prospecting in his spare time. In his career, he optioned 34 properties.
Because of that knowledge, Peter is able to explain fully to an individual that has no knowledge about minerals at all.
That innate ability to teach led Peter to a job as First Nations Mineral Information Officer with the Ministry of Northern Development and Mines. He traveled to 123 of the 135 Métis and First Nations communities in Ontario, developing curriculum and teaching prospecting courses to over 1,200 people.
He would teach prospecting, staking, line cutting, mineral exploration techniques, geology, teach about the Ontario Mining Act, and that would be a full week session.
Today he still teaches, but his focus is also on creating good working relationships between all stakeholders.
He cares about the land. He cares about the community where he comes from. He cares about the people.
I think there needs to be some very positive relationship has to happen so that we can carry on work together as industry and First Nations.
Peter is optimistic about the future of the relationships he's building and takes every opportunity he can to network through industry organizations, bringing together community, industry, and government representatives.
Anything is possible as long as you have the willingness to sit down and talk.